49-42 ito, no? Naibaba na ng Pampanga yung labang to 7. But Zamboanga finishing the quarter strong with a 10-2 run. You see the quarter scoring. Zamboanga outscoring Pampanga in every quarter, 10-9, 22-18, and 27-17.
What's even more concerning is yung point production has gone up considerably. And they haven't, speaking of the Giant Lanterns, broken the 20 point output in a quarter. It's only what 10, 18, and 17. The 22 and 27 have been pretty big quarters for Zamboanga Sika.
Noroy Sumang, Abdul Sawat in foul trouble. But Zamboanga just continuing their spectacular play at the moment. Egilos kasama si Raymond Binuya, Archie Concepcion, Larry Muyang, and John Lloyd Clemente. Concepcion takes it, can't make it, and the woes continue for Archie. Only 2 out of 6.
Well, first off, somebody's gotta spark this Giant Lanterns team, and somebody's gotta provide that needed energy.
Kawilan continues to fire and continues to bury freeze left and right.
Kawilan right now is 4 out of 9 from 3. And that's all he's made. Hasn't made any attempts from the perimeter. And this step back, understanding that he's got Larry Muyang on him, and Larry's not gonna spread out, extend that defense. Oh, what a move!
Concepcion, a rare bucket. Able to blow past his defender, but Pampanga still down by 16. 62-46.
Gotta go on a run now.
Sa poste naman ngayon pupunta si Kawilan. Nilabas papunta kay Abdul Sawat. His free will not work. Muyang the rebound. His fourth. Archie using his left hand. Back-to-back baskets for the Royal Bazooka.
One thing that you want to do if you're Archie, gotta get yourself going here. 4 quick ones in the 4th quarter. Now you gotta get a stop.
Pampanga, you have to remember, in their championship runs, hasn't lost back-to-back games. And that's the one in danger right now, because Zamboanga up by 14. And they continue to play hard, they continue to play well, getting a stop. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. 62-48.
Again, defense is extended. Everybody out in the perimeter. No one. Ooh. There's a foul, Jamo.
Oh, may hatak as he tried to impede the progress of JP Kawilan. Fast break game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners.
And that time around, pretty good screen right there by Jamo Egulos, and Archie really attacking the rack, understanding that Abdul Sawat's already got 4 and he's not going to be challenged.
JP left that one short. Binuya with a running start. Goes right at Kawilan, kissing it off the glass and in.
A couple of guys, holdovers from the championship team from the last 2 seasons, making things happen here for the Giant Lanterns.
Spin by Ichi. Foul against Larry Muyang, who immediately requests for a challenge here. 3rd foul on Lars. Medsalim comes in for JP Kawilan. Sa baseline, i-inbound ang bola ng Zamboanga. Oh, nakanakaw pa si James Una.
Oh, that's tough.
Archie Concepcion, elbow jumper.
There you go.
3 straight baskets for Archie, who's trying to will itong Pampanga back into this ball game.
Alam mo, nagustuhan ko doon. Habang binababa ni Raymond Binuya yung bola, sumisigaw si Archie na nandito ako. He was asking for the ball and he really wanted that shot.
You get a sense that he wants to take over at this juncture. So yun nga, coming to this game, yung gigil niya because of how he felt like was a subpar performance against Caloocan.
Yeah. And he knows that, you know, if in this quarter he does not perform, they're going to be on a two-game losing streak. And you're headed into that very important, you know, big 3 games next time around.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. And right now, they are at number 4, 9-2. Pero just behind them, you have teams like Caloocan in there. Oh, the block by Sawat on Concepcion.
I love this aggressiveness by Archie right now.
But Sawat in his grill despite 4 fouls. Challenging that shot. And now they get a stop. Abdul Sawat on the other end scores.
Really goes back to points of turnovers.
Makita mo yung Abdul Sawat kahit 4 na yung foul. Kung paano dumepensa. Oh man. Altamirano swipes that ball loose. Foul given up by Binuya.
One thing that can't happen though is for the Giant Lanterns to stop making this comeback. They've had a good run, parang 8-point run with Binuya and Archie combined. So for last 2 possessions, they've come up empty.
What about Zamboanga? You've got to give credit with how they approach this game. Sticking to the game plan. Kung titingnan mo yung especially mga set sila offensively, not a lot of one-on-one plays. As you see Altamirano miss on that shot though. Pero yung depensa talaga the way they were able to handle business against the top scorers of Pampanga, that has been really impressive for them.
And it has really made the bigs of the Giant Lanterns be extended defensively outside. And so you take away that rim protection, shot blocking advantage of itong Pampanga Giant Lanterns with no big man right there on the paint.
So basically, taking Larry Muyang out of the equation, he's actually already on the bench.
Oh, wow.
Ganda pa nung pasahan, but James Una, no, but the stick back by Med Salim. What about Zamboanga?
And when you have your big man defending out in the perimeter and the offense has backdoor cuts for big men downstairs, that pretty much is going to be advantage to the big guy. And look at this roll right there by James Una. They tried to double up against that action. James went in, and that put back right there pretty good para dito sa Sika.
Pampanga on the ropes, down by 17, 69-52. Captain Marbel, Commissioner Kenneth Duremnes, joined by Head of Operations Emereta and Head of Security Rudy Distrito, Boss A.G. Gonzalez, and his team having trouble against this pretty determined Zamboanga squad. Who would have thought at this juncture that this will be the score? 69-52 past the halfway point of the 4th. Although if you're Pampanga, still enough time to launch a comeback, but not a good sign coming off a timeout. A turnover, already their 18th. Med Salim gives it up to Chino Mosqueda. Laban kay Raymond Binuya. Med Salim back to Chino, guarded by Binuya. This is Abdul Sawat. 4 seconds on their shot clock. Sawat, kick out. Salim for free, short. Oh, again, those 50-50 balls working to Zamboanga's favor.
and them really just understanding when that shot is gonna go. That's pretty much how it's been. Offensive rebounding.
Oh my goodness, James Una coming up with a steal. Already 15 steals by Zamboanga.
Oh man.
And it's been a disaster for Pampanga on the offensive side of the floor.
Well, at least in the last 6 quarters that these Pampanga Giant Lanterns have played, the best quarter that they played would be that entire third of that game against Caloocan and half of the fourth quarter. I'd say they could have gotten out with that win in that match against Caloocan, pero yung end game execution lang talaga naging challenge para sa kanila. But so far, these quarters have all been won by Zamboanga. Matter of fact, from the very first possession of the jump, it's been all Zamboanga.
Alam mo kung siya natawa ko kasi nagkaagirian na si Chino Mosqueda sa si Raymond Binuya. Nung palabas na si Raymond, nung nag-aasaran pa rin sila ni Chino, tumuro siya sa dalawang daliri niya.
Oh yeah.
I have 2 championships.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
But right now though, Zamboanga just having their way, putting on a clinic.
Ganun naman talaga yun. Pag ganung usapan, wala ka nang masasabi. Totoo naman yun. And, you know, this might just be a small hump in this journey this season para dito sa Giant Lanterns.
But take nothing away from this Zamboanga squad. And taking it right to the defending champions. A 21-point lead. We'll pause for a break.
Sa defense namin. Yung energy, saka yung in-practice namin sa the past whole week, nangyayari ngayon. Talagang nakapokus sila coach sa defense. So ayun, nangyayari sa game namin. Tsaka yung energy, yun talaga yung tingin ko magpapanalo sa game namin. Hindi kami nag-give up sa depensa.
Roy Sumang in street clothes, unable to suit up, but I'm sure he's a happy man right now the way his team is performing against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Boy, what an impressive outing here for the Zamboanga Sikat. Larry Muyang. And that has been the story of this game, Coach Mike. You know, the discomfort that Pampanga experienced all throughout this ball game.
Well, it matters how you really start a game. And one thing that the Giant Lanterns, I'm sure, would have noticed, and at least in this couple of games that they played, it was a flat start of a quarter. Against Caloocan, they came up only with 10 points. And dito sa game na to, they started out only with 9 points. And so you're the defending champions, and you know na you're so much better than that.
Yeah. Yung silver lining lang for them is it came here a bit early in the season. Wala pa naman tayong kalahati. Lot of games still left though for Pampanga to play. We already mentioned and we already displayed yung mga susunod nilang kalaban. As RG Concepcion buries a free from the top of the key. Has 14 points.
If you're a fan of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, napakahalaga na even at this point, itong si Archie Concepcion patuloy na pumupukol sa labas. I mean, sure you lost this game, but you cannot lose on your confidence. You understand the next 3 games are going to be very important, and you want to build on that.
Now for Zamboanga, there were probably some people, James Una with 12 points after that basket, were probably some Mpbl fans who got a little bit surprised with how they perform. In fact, they're number 1 nga in the South Division. Maybe some would question the quality of opposition that they have
right.
faced so far. But man, this win by Zamboanga, this impending win over Pampanga says a lot about how teams should really view them moving forward, Coach Mike.
Yep. At saka tama ka doon. Very, very early on, they were saying, hindi pa naman ganun ka top tier yung mga, normally mga nasa lower tier or mid tier yung mga nakakalaban nila. But, every game, the expectation has risen internally. I'd like to think para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat because they believe in themselves. Man, the guys that we have, the system that we use, and the togetherness that we show on the floor should lead us somewhere. And so you just gotta keep on believing and keep on pursuing how they've been performing. And yung Ilagan game, that was a tough match, but they really just kept together.
Kasi yung mga nakalaban nila, almost yung karamihan doon below 500 eh.
Yes.
Including like yung mga Bulacan, Marikina, Manila, Sarangani, Val City. Mga nakalaban na lahat nitong Zamboanga. And then, to add on to that, they had those 2 losses against Imus and Mindoro. Theoretically, teams that they're supposed to beat.
Agree.
So, yun nga eh. Ang dami pa ring questions heading into this matchup as we check out this play of the game. Brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game by 1xBet. Kumbaga yung parang signature wins nila came against Muntinlupa and Ilagan. But here against Pampanga, and the way they won this game, Coach Mike, it speaks volumes to how impressive their run has been so far this season.
And what's made this game even more promising para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat, well, you pointed out earlier, one, walang Roy Suma. They did well. Second, in my opinion, pretty much no Abdul Sawat in this game. He's only scored 2 points.
Just at the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Abdul Sawat only has 2 points on 1 out of 4 shooting, and he's got 4 personal fouls on him. So technically, this shows you this is a team that's not highly dependent on its stars, namely Sumang and Sawat.
And those were their top 2 scorers coming into this game.
Agree.
Actually, sila yung dalawa lang in double figures on average in terms of points.
And so now, if you're Zamboanga, one, you cannot fall into complacency. You beat the defending champions, fine, but you cannot fall in complacency. Second, if you're the Giant Lanterns now, you gotta build on this. Use this as motivation on the next 3 games and prove to everyone that, we can win against the top tier teams. And those 2 losses, we lost a tough one against Caloocan, and we really just did not, live up against Zamboanga.
For Pampanga, Pasay, Nueva Ecija, Rizal coming up on their schedule. Particularly that game against Nueva Ecija will be at the Brenziyao Convention Center. Actually, all of their games on June will all be at home at the Brenziyao Convention Center. So that could be something that they could look forward to as they try to bounce back from this loss. But what a win, what a victory by the Zamboanga Sikat in this game, Coach Mike.
Yeah, I agree. And we've been saying it from the get-go. They've gotten, for the most part, to where they want to go on the floor and execute what they want to do on the defensive side of the floor. Traps, double teams, defending against post-ups. They've pretty much done it in this game.
Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the Mpbl. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Reg Gabat piloting Zamboanga to their 6th straight victory. And this one, a big fish that they caught against Pampanga.
Well, definitely a momentum-building win para dito sa Zamboanga. Heading into the next matches. This is gonna be doing well sa kanilang kumpiyansa.
Our final score, 63 for Pampanga, 76 for the winners sa Zamboanga Sikat. Let's go to Sid.
Thank you so much, Ken. Coach Mike Rex, congratulations. Sabi ni Coach Egay, this could be a statement win kapag tsinaga nyo ang inyong opensa, kapag na-limit nyo sila Muyang pag tsinaga nyo ang fourth quarter. Sabi niya, you will gain respect after this win at nagawa nyo yan, natalo nyo ang defending champions.
So, nag-stick lang kami sa game plan nila, coach, sa mga defensive scheme namin na ibigay lang namin yung low of average nila, which is yung 3 points. So, kapag tumirsal na ng 3 points, sabi nila, coach, magdasal na lang kami na huwag pumasok. So, yun, nag-click naman.
Rex, I'm sure marami kayong pinaghandaan para sa game na to, no? Kahit na wala si Roy ngayong gabi, meron siyang injury. Marami kayong quality contributions mula sa ibang mga teammates mo, mula sa'yo. Anong masasabi mo sa binigay ng team mo ngayong gabi?
So, yun, credit sa mga coaches sa game plan nila, tapos sa mga teammates ko na yun, collective effort lagi, every game. Tapos every game kailangan may nag-step up kasi nawala yung veteran namin si Kuya Roy. So yun, Kuya Roy, pagaling ka para makabalik agad.